Such a tragic story to begin our newscast this evening. Two babysitters behind bars tonight accused of beating a one-year-old girl to death. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joy Redmond.
And I'm Joe Birch. 21-year-old Kaya Moore and 34-year-old Dejan Smith are charged with first-degree murder.
Action News 5 Stephanie Douglas live now with details from their first court appearance. We do want to warn you, some of the details in this case are very disturbing. Stephanie.
Well, Joe and Joy, during today's court hearing, the judge granted the pair only a day to get an attorney. After the hearing, the great-grandparents of one-year-old Callie Moore expressed how the past 3 days have been filled with endless agony.
We saw our great-grandbaby die.
Yeah, we were in
and we recognize how hurt our granddaughter is about it.
The great-grandparents of one-year-old Callie Moore, who died Saturday, were overwhelmed with grief at this violent loss, but even more stunned at who Memphis police say are suspects.
We've never had to deal with a situation like this, so we don't really know.
Callie's aunt, 21-year-old Kaya Moore, and her boyfriend, 34-year-old Dejan Smith, were arrested for her death and appeared in Shelby County Court Monday. They're both charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated child neglect. According to court documents, the two were babysitting Callie for 2 days at this Midtown home on University Street. Callie was rushed to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital Saturday around 3 a.m. after being unresponsive and receiving multiple injuries. Both Smith and Moore gave police conflicting statements on how she got hurt.
The mother's the one that really took it hard. She couldn't take it, so the mom took her home.
According to a doctor at Le Bonheur, baby Callie had multiple skull and neck fractures, a bruised kidney consistent with abdominal trauma, and blood in her lungs. Police also noted that there was no baby food in the home, and it's unclear if the baby had a suitable or safe place to sleep. Despite hearing the heartbreaking allegations against Kaya Moore, her family says there's one thing that will not change.
All I can say is what I've said. We will always love Callie, and we will always love Kaya, because we are a loving,
It's very tough.
family.
Well, Action News 5 discovered that 21-year-old Kaya Moore was out on bond after she was indicted on separate aggravated child abuse charges in 2022. She's expected to appear on those charges on August 29th. Reporting live from 201 Poplar, I'm Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.
The family of a one-year-old girl who was killed over the weekend opened up about the heartbreaking loss. They shared memories of Callie Moore with Fox 13's Carolyn Serta as the two people accused of murdering the child faced a judge this morning.
Both the man and woman charged with killing that one-year-old little girl made an appearance in court today. And I spoke with family members who got emotional talking about the loss of this child.
I was the last one to actually hold my baby in my arms.
Margaret and James Callicott could not hold back the tears Monday morning as they shared the moment they say they last held their only great-grandchild, one-year-old Callie Moore, this weekend.
We saw our great-grandbaby die.
Yeah, we were in
and we recognize how hurt our granddaughter is about it.
They say their granddaughter, Kaya Moore, is baby Callie's aunt. Kaya Moore is one of two people Memphis police say killed Callie early Saturday morning. Police say the 21-year-old and 34-year-old Dejan Smith were babysitting Callie at a home on University Street when the little girl was rushed to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital suffering from cardiac arrest. She died an hour later. The arrest affidavit detailed the baby's injuries, including multiple skull fractures with a brain bleed, bruised kidney, and blood in the lungs. The documents also show conflicting accounts of what happened, with Moore and Smith blaming each other for causing those injuries.
Do you understand you need a lawyer?
Both appeared in court this morning charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and child neglect.
We've never had to deal with a situation like this. We don't really know how.
We depend on the Lord. We will always love Callie, and we will always love Kaya, because we are a loving, sibling.
Both Smith and Moore's case have been reset for tomorrow to give them time to find an attorney. In downtown, Carolyn Serta, Fox 13 News.
Hi, and welcome back to Nikki Scoops. We are heading to Memphis, Tennessee to discuss the case of 1-year-old Kaylee Moore. If you like my content, please hit the subscribe and like button. This will help my channel to grow, and your support is greatly appreciated. Thanks in advance. Now let's begin. The family of a 1-year-old girl who died over the weekend opened up about the heartbreaking loss as the two people accused of killing the child appeared in court Monday morning. 2 babysitters are behind bars after being accused of beating a 1-year-old Memphis girl to death on Saturday, all because she wouldn't stop crying. The affidavit stated that Smith and Kia Moore had been babysitting from around 5 p.m. Thursday until a little before 2:40 a.m. Kia Moore told police she left the residence, leaving Smith in charge of the infant. When she returned, she found Kaylee Moore unresponsive, the affidavit stated. Moore said Smith refused to explain what happened and instead instructed her to tell police that she had fallen asleep holding Kaylee, who then fell off the bed and struck her head on the nightstand. Kaylee Moore's aunt, Kia Moore, 21, and her boyfriend, Dejon Smith, 34, are charged with first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated child neglect. Kaylee's great-grandparents are overwhelmed with grief at this violent loss, but even more stunned at who Memphis police said are the suspects. "We've never had to deal with a situation like this, so we really don't know how," said Margaret Callicott, Kaylee's great-grandmother. According to court documents, the two were babysitting Kaylee for 2 days at a Midtown home on University Street. Kaylee, who was unresponsive, had multiple injuries and was rushed to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital on Saturday around 3 a.m. Both Smith and Kia gave police conflicting statements on how she got hurt and blaming each other for causing the injuries. Kaylee's mother was the one who really took it hard. She couldn't take it, so her mom took her home, said Callicott. According to a doctor at Le Bonheur, baby Kaylee had multiple skull and neck fractures, a bruised kidney consistent with abdominal trauma, and blood in her lungs. Police also noted that there was no baby food in the home, and it's unclear if the baby had a suitable or safe place to sleep. Despite hearing the heartbreaking allegations against Kia, her family said there's one thing that will not change. "All I can say is what I've said. We will always love Kaylee, and we will always love Kia because we are a loving family," said Deacon James Callicott, Kalia's great-grandfather. Action News 5 discovered 21-year-old Kia was out on bond after being indicted on separate aggravated child abuse charges in February 2022. May this little angel rest in peace and get the justice she so well deserves. Sending my condolences to her family,